So today we are going to introduce a new brand for the first time on my channel, the VEYMAX Mini Monster. Now VEYMAX has been around for quite a long time now, about just over a year I think, and we haven't featured any of their boards yet. You may ask why? Well, now is the right time. They are starting to mature, they're starting to become of age, they're starting to produce really nice, affordable electric skateboards. The Mini Monster is proof of that. We'll talk about the specs and why I said yes to this board. The Merlin was another board they've recently released. I'm hoping I'll be able to feature on this channel. They're starting to really step out of that cookie cutter world of electric skateboards. A lot of brands never do. You know, there's 30, 40, 50 brands online that all make the same board. They don't challenge the specs. They don't have customer service, all that sort of thing. And I'm really, really happy that VEYMAX has taken that next step in the production, in the growth of their business. If at any time during this video you've got comments or questions, chuck them down below. Also, I'm gonna ask you a really important question, and I want as many of you to answer as accurately as possible. It's not related to this particular board, or it may be related to this particular board, but the question is, I'll ask you right now before you skip ahead. The question is, and I'm making a video on this, what do you think is the best production board released in 2024? If I've got time, I'm gonna make a video, I'm gonna categorize it, but I'd love to get you guys, the customers, the end users, the people forking out their hard-earned dollars, I want your opinion. What do you think the best electric skateboard that has been released in 2024? And not to bring a negative tone to it, but I'd also like to have like a Razzie award. Who do you think made the biggest mistake in 2024? Which is the worst board released in 2024? And if we get a general consensus on that, we'll talk about that in the video as well. So that's your question. Type your answer right now. If you're enjoying this content, don't forget thumbs up, subscribe, all that drama. I don't know if I've got a discount code for this board. Just try Scott D. Hopefully it works. If not, check the other YouTubers. I know they've got codes. Just make sure you don't pay full price. These boards are, I think for this variant, $799 US, which is very good value when I tell you about the specs. Anyway, long intro, let's go ride.
Scotty. Scotty.
Alright, so first things first, let's start with the important stuff. It's a mini board. It's 30 inches long, so it's about 76 centimeters, I think. Just under 10 inches wide at the important parts where your feet go. So nice width, really nice width, nice length. I really think it really falls into that mini board category. The weight is 19 pounds, so that comes in at, I think it's 8.6 kilos. It's got 8-inch hangers. So nice wide wheelbase. All right, now let's talk about the deck construction. It's made up of 8 layers of Canadian maple and 1 layer of fiberglass. In the shape, it's very standard, it's very nice, it's well tested. It's got a beautiful amount of concave on the heel and toe. Flat nose, so you've got plenty of real estate there if you need to slide your foot forward if you want to, if you're just cruising. Has this really nice mild tail. Now, some of you will disagree with this, but I find this tail absolutely perfect for this type of board. The main pocket is just behind that rear truck, so it allows you when you're riding to have that foot just behind that pivot point, so you can use this tail to lift it up over things. You can pick it up by that. If you're riding off gutters, you can lift the front wheels just so you don't hit that battery enclosure. I really, really rate this shape. It's very nice, it's very boosted, and it just looks nice. Alright, so as far as the electronics, this is where the Mini Monster gets its name. It has really, really nice, well thought out electronics. It's running a Hobbywing ESC, tried and tested, ultra smooth. It's customized to handle that 14S battery. So it's a 14S ESC, and it's running a 14S2P 40T Samsung cell. So it's still 21700 cells, which makes it a 50.4 volt system, I think, maybe 50.8, one of the two. But the voltage means acceleration. So this thing really gets up and goes nicely. It's got dual 3000 watt motors on the back. I'm not sure of the brand, but they perform well. It has a really nice sound to it. So 50.4 volt, 403 watt hours, 8 amp hours. That's the Samsung 40T pack. You can get the 50S pack, which gives you about the same size, but it takes your voltage up to, I think it's 58 point something volts. What else? The base plates are a 45-degree angle base plate, so it does make it nice and carvy, but reasonably stable at high speed. Now, looking at the design of the board, very basic, very simple, but I really like it, the two-tone grays. It's got a nice, simple grip tape. It's not padded, so that's one thing to take into account. You may want to get some yoke grip on this. It seems pretty comfortable with that concave. It really does do a nice job of taking a lot of the vibrations and stuff out of the board. This particular one, this is the lowest variant possible, is around the 90 by 60 mil wheels, 78A. Has a nice little graphic on it. Feels about 78A, I wouldn't argue with that. Underneath the board, some really nice simple graphics, as you can see there. Yeah, just making it different. Mini Monster name under there. There are those motors, 45-degree base plates. Here's the thing I think will make this board really popular. This is a one-piece enclosure, so it makes it a prime candidate for a deck swap. This will be a really simple transplant. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you get 10 bolts, whole thing lifts off, transplant, tail puck on the back there, which is also really nice. I'm glad all brands are doing this now. One little thing I will point out with this, and I don't know if it's just mine, this does not close very well. So I've pushed this in 2 or 3 times, and it does keep popping out. So needs a little bit of attention on that design there. But as far as a good looking board, very, very nice, very simplistic, and more than enough ground clearance, especially for a mini board. All right, let's take a quick look at the acceleration. Like I said, 14S, so it does have quite nice acceleration for a mini board. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, almost lifted the front wheels off the ground. So gets up and goes. You know, 21, oh, that's miles, let me put it in kilometers. So it gets up to 35 very, very easily. It is a mini board. Again, it's not meant to have breakneck acceleration on a 30-inch deck. You'll just come a gutser, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Yeah, just a comfortable, simple board. Talking about some of the specs, they do quote a 32 mile an hour top speed. That's what the board will do with no load. So what I mean by that is if I lift the back wheels off the ground, it'll do 32. So I believe its real world top speed is probably a little under that, probably closer to 29, 30 with a average rider on flat ground on a full battery. They say the range for the 40Ts is about 28 miles. I don't know if that's gonna be that accurate for an average weighted rider. I think if you're 65 kilos in speed mode 2, 100% you'll probably get that. But I will do a range test on this so you can see what a, 96 kilo rider will get in speed mode 4. Anyway, back to the riding. We're almost done. Comments, questions, chuck them down below now. And like I said, if you found this interesting and entertaining, hit the thumbs up and we'll do the wrap up very shortly. Woo! One thing I do have to say is I think they've picked the perfect ESC for this board. It's so smooth and easy to control. I've tested some out that are just, they've tried too hard. They've made them too powerful, and as a result, they're too jerky. You know, if you're in speed mode 4 and you hit it, it like bucks up and actually will throw you off. This one almost does that, but it doesn't, because they've really tuned that ESC nicely. It's very let's wrap the video there really quickly. VEYMAX Mini Monster, really fun mini board. Nice addition to the mini board arena, let's say. That 14S 2P is a really welcome addition as far as specs and performance. IP55, so nice enough waterproofing, I should say. Nice soft 90mm wheels. I think these are the perfect wheels for a mini board. Really like these, tail puck. Hobbywing ESC. Nice single enclosure. Like I mentioned, this would be a prime candidate if you didn't love this deck for a deck swap. Nice, simple, I've just seen on here, Hobbywing. They are Hobbywing motors. What are they? 140 kV, 4235. So nice little torquey motors there. 100A, sorry, I said 100A before. These are 92A bushings on the front. I got that wrong, sorry. And 95 on the back. 40T battery or 50S battery. These 40Ts seem to perform really nicely. I've done what, 12K today, and I've only just lost 1 bar. Couple of opportunities, you know, I think this board has a couple. I would love to see a padded grip tape on this, just a tiny bit, even if it's only a 2mm. I'd love to see a padded grip tape on this, and that charge port cover, I think, needs a little bit of work. It does fall open. Every time I've lifted the board up, it's been exposed like that. So that needs a little bit. Hopefully it's mine. If you've got one, comment below. Tell me if yours is like that as well. Hopefully it's just a bad mold on this particular one. As far as the ride feel and the trucks, really nice. 40 to 45 degree base plate, 8-inch wide hangers. Yeah. Nice, simple board. Like I said, $7.99 I think at the moment on their website. Try Scott D. I don't know if it works. I haven't signed up for any affiliate programs with these guys. Really nice, simple board. If you're looking for a new mini board or your first mini board, this is one to definitely consider. I'm going to be working on, and top speed, I hit, what I hit 40, just over 48 kilometers per hour on one of the stretches down there out of the wind, which translates to about 30 miles per hour. So their 32 spec is very, very achievable. You know, I'm a little bit above average rider weight, so 32 miles on a mini board, I think it's too fast anyway, but it is definitely achievable. Don't forget the question I asked at the very beginning. What is the #1 board you think that was launched in 2024? I want to create a video on it or a list. And also tell me, what do you think, which company do you think missed the mark, made the biggest mistake? What was the worst board released in 2024? All right, but that is the end of the video, so thank you so much for watching. I'm hoping to get 2 more videos out before the end of the year. It's just starting to rain, so that's perfect timing. So don't forget, skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.
Scotty. Who's Scotty?